Okay, so I received these two packages today. This should be a cereal related puzzle that I bought off eBay, and this should be my Champions Cube store order. So let's open them up. So this is an old puzzle. So it's actually got the instructions with it, which I wasn't expecting because it is quite an old puzzle. Yeah, Kellogg's Raisin Splitz. Let's open up this package. Oh, it's not the Champions Q store order at all. This is it's something that I bought off AliExpress. It's called the Galaxy Lux set or something like that. Yeah, this is something I've been really looking forward to. So it's like it's basically a Megaminx, and you've got different types of tiles that you can put onto it. Cool. Luxurious suit. So let's take a look at this this vintage puzzle first. So I'm not sure if these if this actual cereal is still made or not. I've never seen it in the shops. Maybe I've just not noticed it. Then on the other side you've got like a space theme. So this is basically a 2x2x2 magic. I'm not really sure what the proper name would be for this. I mean, these are called magics, where it's 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2. These bigger ones, made out of more panels, are called master magics. So I'm not really sure what the proper name would be for this. It says Rubik/Rubik's Magic TM. Also, it's made by Rubik's then. That's interesting. Property of 7 Towns Limited. That says 1988 Kellogg Company. Made in China. And you've got like this space theme on the back. Now I've seen other ones of these on eBay, these Kellogg's Raisin Splitz magics, but they have different things on the back. I saw one where it had like a butterfly theme on the back. So let's see how this moves. Feels quite stiff. I don't really think it wants to move this way, so I'm not going to force it because I don't want to break it. It's been a long time since I've played with one of these types of puzzles actually. So we kind of mixed it up there a bit. Yeah, I'm finding it difficult to scramble this because a lot of the time I can't really get it to move. See, now it's like solved again. There must be some other moves that you can do on it, but it kind of feels like maybe I might be able to kind of fold it this way, but it feels really tight, as though it might actually break the string if I force it. Like maybe it's not meant to move that way. But yeah, I'm finding this quite difficult to actually scramble. I mean, ones like this, which you think will be more complex because it's made up of a lot more panels, I find it really easy to scramble. But this, I'm finding it quite difficult. Okay, so I've been away with this and I've managed to get it a little bit more scrambled. I was actually able to kind of, let's see, how did I do it? I was able to actually like fold it this way. It feels really stiff, almost as though maybe you're not meant to fold it this way, like it could break, but I just went ahead with it and it actually managed to fold without breaking. Like so. Yeah, I'll just leave the scramble there. You probably can get it more scrambled than that. So now let's take a look at these instructions. So it says your Rubik's magic square will make a number of patterns, but only one is correct. The one which shows the Raisin Splitz name correctly. There are 4 basic moves illustrated in the panels below. Practice a few of them until the illustration of the product's name is well separated. Then try to get it back to the original picture. Never attempt to force a fold. If it does not move easily, it was not meant to go that way. Well, that's kind of strange because you know, there was times when I was trying to move it, it felt like it wasn't meant to go that way, but it did actually fold. And it's talking about scrambling it, the different ways you can fold it. 1988. So it's quite an old puzzle. It's in really nice condition though for its age. There's not really any scratches on it at all. Usually with these magics, I'm not sure about the Rubik's ones, but like the Chinese ones, even when you get them brand new, usually they'll have scratches on them. Like this one, this is like really scratched up. I'm not sure if it's going to show up that well on camera, but there's a lot of scratches all over it. So let's take a look at this Galaxy Megaminx luxurious suit. X-Man design, sculpture caps, convex caps, so these are like the different tiles that you can stick onto it, 4 different grips, concave caps, plain caps, black caps. Galaxy Megaminx, showing you the different styles there. Designer Jim Zhang. Okay, so let's open this up. This is really interesting. Not that many places are selling these. I think the only places that I found which were selling these was a seller on AliExpress, which is where I got this from, and I think the Cubicle or Cube Depot. Wow, there's a lot of pieces. There's some instructions. Also, it's telling you how to solve it. I thought I was going to talk about putting the caps on or something, I don't know. But I don't really think you'd need instructions for putting the caps onto it. So this is the Megaminx itself. Looks like it's made out of primary plastic. You can see there's lots of holes in it to put the tiles onto. Moves really nicely. In fact I think it's a lot better than any of the other Megaminxes that I own. Let's have a look at the tiles. So you've got these, oh, what would you call them, raised ones. Got flat ones. You've got, what would you call them, like indentations, ridged. And then you've got, these look like normal ones as well. Okay, so there's a bit of confusion over the tiles. At first I thought the tiles in both of these bags were exactly the same as each other, because at first glance they do look exactly the same. And I was thinking, where are the concave tiles? I can't seem to find them anywhere. And I thought I'd been given 2 bags of plain tiles by mistake instead of 1 bag of plain tiles and a bag of concave tiles. But when I went away and had a closer look at the tiles, I realised that one of these bags does indeed contain concave tiles, and I'll show you what I mean. So this is a plain tile, and this is a concave tile. When you look at them closely, you can see there is a difference. So the plain tile, it's just thin all the way around, whereas with the convex tile, it's thicker on these parts, and then the rest of it is thin, like the plain tiles. So what I'm going to do, let's make sure I put this into the right bag. What I'm going to do is I'm not sure which bag this belongs in, probably this one. Yeah, interestingly, the centre tiles, the plain and the convex ones, they do look exactly the same. Okay, so let's start putting some tiles onto this Megaminx. I'll try the flat tiles first. So let's start off with doing a green side. So these tiles, they have, whoops, they have little prongs on them, which basically fit into these holes. And you just, God, I keep dropping it, and it just fits on like that. You just push it. Now, I did try fitting some tiles on it before, and I found it really difficult taking them off the puzzle. That's the only downside to this. You know, it's a great idea, and I still really like it and everything, but a major downside is that it's very difficult to get the tiles off it. So I'll just do this one side for the video, and then I'll go away and finish off the whole puzzle. This isn't going in properly for some reason. But maybe once you've put tiles onto the puzzle and taken them off many times, maybe they'll kind of loosen up a bit and they'll be more easier to take off. Now, interestingly, each of the centre caps for some reason, let's get it to focus, on each of the centre caps, and I think this is for every different style of tile. One of the prongs is longer than the other ones. I'm not really sure why that is. So that is one side done. I'll go away and I'll finish off the rest of the puzzle. Okay, so the puzzle is now fully tiled, and most of the tiles went onto the puzzle really easily. Before, when I was putting on some tiles in the video, I was struggling with one or two of the corners. Luckily that doesn't happen that often. Most of these tiles just went on really easily. And I think the puzzle looks really nice now it's got the tiles on it. It looks like a really nice quality puzzle. I think if someone was to pick this up, they'd just think it's a normal Megaminx. I don't think they'd be able to tell that it's, you know, that tiles have been put onto it and you can take them off as well. So I'll give you a closer look at it. I really like the shades on this. Got some nice fluorescent shades like this yellow. And you do actually get some spare tiles as well. Whoops, they all fell out of the bag. So for each face you get a spare corner and a spare edge. For some reason you don't get any spare centerpieces, I'm not sure why. You also get a set of black pieces. So if you wanted to, you could have a black face instead of a white face, and I'm sure this will be the case for each bag of the tiles. Okay, so here it is with the convex tiles on it, and I think it looks really nice like this. It also makes it feel really nice to hold as well, because where your thumb rests and your fingers rest, it's on these bits which go inwards, so it feels really comfortable to hold, and I think it feels a lot better than using like a normal Megaminx. Now that there are tiles on it, it doesn't feel as buttery smooth as how it felt when there was no tiles on it, but it still moves really well. It just feels more crispy now. And yeah, like I said before, it's really difficult getting the tiles off this. Basically the way I'll be getting them off would be, you know, I try to prise them off with my fingernails at first, and sometimes they come off that way, but a lot of the time they'd be just really difficult to get off, so I'd have to try and prise them off with, like, say for example a small screwdriver or whatever, and with a couple of, because of doing that with a couple of tiles, they actually ended up breaking, unfortunately, and I'll show you one of them. Let's get it to focus. See, unfortunately when I pried this one off, you can see that the pegs have actually broke on it. That peg is just missing, and these two pegs you can see like they're fatigued and they've been weakened. So it's a good job that you do get like a spare edge and a spare corner for every face of the puzzle. So I was thinking, shit, you know, what am I going to do, because, you know, it seems the only way you can take the tiles off is to prise them off with something, but, you know, that's going to result in a lot of tiles breaking. So I was thinking, this isn't really a great product, great idea, but it's not that great if it's so difficult to get the tiles off, and if, you know, if you're sometimes going to end up breaking them as well, then it's, you know, it's not something, this isn't a product that I recommend to people. But then I had the idea of actually taking the pieces out of the puzzle like this, and then splitting the pieces apart. So this is an edge, and now all I have to do to take a tile off is to just push against one of these pegs with this screwdriver, and the tile pops off a lot more easily, and the pegs, there's no danger of the pegs breaking. Now sometimes when you push on one of the pegs it won't come out, but all you do is you just try another one, and then it'll end up coming off like that. So it's a really easy way to get the tiles off, and you're not going to damage them either. And you do the same with the corners as well. So here's a corner, and you know, it's in 3 pieces, so it's a bit difficult getting it apart at first. There we go. Now what I'll do with these is I won't just like pick up a single piece like this and then push against the pegs to get the tile off, because this stock is really thin, so when you're holding it and you're trying to push a tile off, there's a danger, I suppose, of actually snapping the stalk. So what I'll do is I'll just make sure 2 of them are together like this, which means the stalk is now more thicker. You know, that single thin stalk, it's got more support because it's got another stalk attached to it, if you know what I mean. And then I'll just push against the pegs. I'll still try and not push too hard, because the stalk is still kind of a bit thin. You can see it's not actually coming off, so what I'll do is I'll just take them apart and I'll try pushing against this peg. So I'll put them together like that, and now I can push at this peg. It's still not coming off. Let's try this one. Just keep trying and eventually it will come off. Okay, this is a stubborn one. Usually they're not as stubborn as this. There we go. And yeah, you do the same kind of thing with the centers as well. Just take the center cap off and then just push against the pegs and the center cap pops off. So that's really the best way of doing it. It's still a lot of hassle, you know, like when you want to, you know, if you want to put some new tiles into your puzzle, it is quite a lot of hassle having to completely take it apart, you know, and take the pieces apart to get the tiles off. You know, it is quite a bit of work, but it's the easiest way of getting them off, you know, and there's going to be no danger of actually breaking them. So I'll just give you a look at the actual pieces themselves while they're together, so you can see how they look. So there's a corner, there's an edge, and I'll show you what the core of the puzzle looks like. It's an interesting looking core actually. So there's a car. It's a really interesting looking shape. I'm not sure if a lot of Megaminx cars are like that, but I've never seen like one like that before. So yeah, I did actually have the idea. I thought maybe this would work even better if I actually put lube on the pegs, and then when you put the tile onto the puzzle and the pegs go into the holes, it shouldn't be too difficult to just actually pull it off with your fingers, you know, if you've got a decent amount of lube on the pegs. But I tried it and it just didn't work at all. They're still really difficult to get off. So okay, what shall I try next? I think what I'll try next are these ones. I can't remember what they're called. Sculpture caps. So here it is with the sculpture tiles on it, and I think these are my most favourite tiles yet. I think it looks really nice with these tiles on it, and it feels really grippy as well to use. And I also forgot to show you the stickers that you get. So these are just basically logos. I think there's enough here for each white centre cap. So let's put one onto the puzzle now. And there you go. So that is the X-Man or X-Men logo. So yeah, these are the last lot of tiles. These are called convex caps. So yeah, I'll put these onto the puzzle and then I'll come back. And here it is with the convex tiles. Now because I've put tiles onto this and I've taken them off several times now, it seems that the holes in the puzzle have actually gone through a breaking in process, because now it's way more easier to take the tiles off the puzzle. In fact, I can do that by just using my fingernails. So basically what I'll do is, where there's like a seam, a gap between tiles, I'll push my fingernail into it like that, and then I push my fingernail under the tile, and as I'm pushing in that direction I'll pull up as well, because the holes are going in that direction and the pegs are going in that direction as well, and it comes off as easy as that. Some of them will still be quite stubborn, but if you just keep trying, eventually it should work out. Let's try some of the corner tiles now. Push your fingernail into one of the seams, like that. And I'll push under and pull away, like that. And it comes off as easy as that. So I can't believe how much easier it is now to take the tiles off. Yeah, you will still sometimes get some stubborn ones, like this one, but just persevere and eventually it should come off. Okay, so I forgot to show the corner cutting, so let's show that now. So the corner cutting is really good. It doesn't have that much reverse corner cutting though. So yeah, I think this is definitely worth the £16 that I paid for it. I think these Galaxy Megaminxes, if you don't buy the kit, if it's just a standalone normal Galaxy Megaminx, I think usually maybe they cost around £10 to £12 or something. Whereas this is just a few pounds more, and it's it's basically a kit where you can change the tiles on it. So I think it's great value for money. And it's a really great Megaminx as well. It moves really nicely. It looks like a really nice quality puzzle, and it feels like a really nice quality puzzle as well. It's got a bit of weight to it. Now what would be really cool would be if they came out with a bandaged kit, so some of the tiles would actually be bandaged tiles, so you can have a bandaged Megaminx. That would be really cool. But yeah, I think that is really, really great. And yeah, the Kellogg's Raisin Splitz magic, I've realised now that it actually has several different solved states on this side. So one of them is this one where the spaceman is in the middle, another one is where the moon is in the middle, another one is where the earth is in the middle, and another one is where the space shuttle is in the middle. So yeah, that is pretty much it. Thanks for watching.